You think you're chasing the money, the title, the dream house, the perfect relationship. You think you know what you want, but I can almost guarantee you, you're wrong. And this isn't just my opinion. Psychology has proven over and over that most people are chasing the wrong thing entirely. And the scary part is you might spend years, maybe even decades, climbing the wrong ladder, only to reach the top and realize it's leaning against the wrong wall. In this video, I'm going to show you why the thing you think you're chasing isn't actually the thing you want, and I'll walk you through the psychology behind it, give you 3 steps with practical exercises to uncover what you're really searching for and help you start creating that feeling now instead of holding your life hostage until some future milestone. Hi, I'm Marina Popper, founder of the AP Method, and if you're ready to do life, love, and success in a way that actually gets results, then this channel and this video is for you. When I first started my own personal growth journey, I thought I had my why all figured out. I wanted to be rich. I wanted to run my own business. I wanted the freedom to do what I wanted when I wanted. I thought once I have that, I'll be happy. That was the picture in my head. And maybe you've had your version of that. The 6-figure salary, the house by the beach, the perfect partner. But here's what happened. As I started to achieve pieces of that vision, I realized something kind of unsettling. The money, the self-employment, the title, those were surface level symbols. What I actually wanted was the feeling I thought they would give me. Things like security, freedom, variety, creativity, impact. And I promise you, whatever you're chasing right now, there's a deeper layer underneath it. That's the thing that's actually driving you. Psychologists call this goal substitution. Dr. Heidi Grant Halvorson explains that we often confuse the means with the ends. We set our sights on something tangible because it's easy to measure, but it's rarely the real thing we want. The problem is when we get the thing without the feeling, we're left wondering why we still feel empty. So let's go to step 1. Name the surface goal. Then dig until you find the feeling. Write down one big goal you've been chasing. Underneath it, write the phrase, so that I can feel, and fill in the blank. Then ask it again and again. Keep repeating, so that I can feel, at least 3 times until you hit something emotional, not material. If you start with, I want to earn 100,000, you might end up with, so I can feel secure, in control, and proud of myself. That right there is your real goal, but you have to keep asking the question like, why do I want this? Why do I want this? Now, here's where I want to give you a little bit of space because this can be a little uncomfortable, to be fair. Sometimes when you strip the goal down to its emotional core, you realize you've been chasing a symbol because it's safer than facing the real need. For me, for example, money felt like a safe proxy for security. But security also meant healthy relationships, emotional regulation, and trust, all of which felt harder to build than just making more money. Now imagine this. Someone swears their dream is to earn 6 figures, but when they dig into it, the real desire is to feel respected in their field and to have control over their schedule so that they can spend more time with their kids. Once they see that, everything changes because there are a dozen ways to get that feeling without waiting to hit an arbitrary number or goal. And here's the research to back it up. Dr. Antonio Damasio's work on the neuroscience of decision making shows that emotions drive our choices far more than logic. We think we're rational, but it's the emotional payoff we're actually after. Which brings us to step 2. Now, I want you to map multiple paths to the same feeling, because if you've been telling yourself there's only one way to get what you want, that the only way to feel free is to do something like quit your job, or the only way to feel loved is to find the one, you're actually putting yourself in a mental cage. And even worse, you might spend years pursuing one narrow path whilst ignoring easier, faster, or even more aligned routes to the same end. So in exercise 2, I want you to take the emotional goal you uncovered in step 1 and brainstorm at least 3 different ways you could create that feeling in your current reality. If your real goal is freedom, one path might be starting a business. Another could be negotiating flexible hours. Another could be creating passive income on the side. Write them all down, even if some feel small. The point is to open your mind to all other possibilities. And I'll give you a personal example as well here. When I realized creative freedom was one of my true drives, I stopped thinking it had to come from a single business idea. I started allowing myself creative projects outside of work, collaborations that actually lit me up, and even hobbies that had nothing to do with money. And you know what actually happened? My work got better, my energy improved, and ironically, I ended up making more money than ever because I was in this better kind of flow state. And I'm just going to take a second right here. If you're enjoying this content, please like this video, subscribe, and drop a quick comment. It makes a huge difference in helping me grow the channel and get this message to as many people as possible. And if you'd like to work with me more closely, the link is below for my website where you can book your one-to-one call, sign up for my live workshop, or join the waitlist for my program. That's coming very soon. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for watching, and hopefully you're getting great value from this video. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting, because even if you know your emotional goal, you can still sabotage yourself if you build the wrong environment around it. So this is step 3. Decide your decisions around the feeling, not the symbol. Let me explain. This is where most people slip. They say they want freedom, but they fill their calendar so full, there's no space to breathe. They say they want security, but they jump into risky ventures because they're chasing the big win. They say they want connection, but they spend all their time online instead of in real life conversations. Which brings us to exercise 3. I want you to take one decision you're facing this week, big or small, and ask yourself, which option brings me closer to my real goal feeling? Not the most impressive option, not the one that looks best on paper, but the one that actually delivers the feeling. And for 1 week, I want you to track your days and rate them at the end of the night on how much they matched your real goal feeling. You'll start to see patterns. Certain people, tasks, or environments bring you closer, others pull you further away. And that awareness is real power right there. Now, the Harvard study of adult development, one of the longest running studies on happiness, found that the single biggest predictor of life satisfaction wasn't wealth, fame, or achievement. It was quality relationships and feeling connected, which means that a huge percentage of people are spending their lives optimizing for the wrong metric. And this is why this work matters so much, because when you stop chasing symbols and start designing for feelings, you get to live your life now, not one day. You stop outsourcing your happiness to future milestones and start creating it in the present. And that's when everything opens up. Opportunities, energy, clarity. And if you want to go deeper on this, I've created a free workbook called Discover Your Real Goals. It will walk you through step by step, finding how to find the goals that actually matter to you so you can stop chasing the wrong triggers. And there's a link in the description, so grab it after this video. And last but not least, if you'd like to work with me more closely, all the links are also below to book your one-to-one call, join my live workshop, or get on the waitlist for my program, which is coming very, very soon. And most importantly, I'd love to hear from you. Comment below and tell me if this advice helped you or how it's impacted your life. And if you like this, then get ready for the next video where we'll break down exactly how to build the roadmap to your real goals so you can create the feelings you want now instead of putting your life on hold. Thank you once again for watching. Thank you for being here, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye for now.